The rain hits the bus window like angry knuckles. Clara Duval doesn't notice. Her eyes closed 3 stops ago, somewhere between exhaustion and surrender. The baby in her arms weighs nothing and everything at the same time. 4 months old, Leo, the only reason her heart still beats. She leans, just a little, just enough. Her head drops onto a shoulder that doesn't belong to her world. The man beside her goes still. Not the kind of still that means calm. The kind that means a predator just noticed prey in its blind spot. Adrian Moretti doesn't move, doesn't breathe, doesn't blink. Hi viewers, kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. His neck carries ink that tells stories most people don't live to finish reading. A serpent coils up from his collarbone, disappearing into the shadow of his jaw. His suit costs more than 3 months of her rent. The watch on his wrist could buy her a car. The gun under his jacket could end her life before she finished screaming. But Clara doesn't know any of that. She just knows the seat was empty and her legs were dying. The bus rattles down 9th Avenue. Yellow streetlights bleed through the rain-soaked glass. Passengers huddle in their own worlds, earbuds in, heads down, pretending the city doesn't exist beyond their phones. Nobody looks at the man in the black suit. Nobody ever does. Not twice, anyway. Leo makes a soft sound against the stranger's chest. A hiccup, a sigh. Something innocent that doesn't belong in the same breath as a man like Adrian. His hand twitches. For half a second, something flickers across his face. Something that looks almost like pain. Then it's gone. The bus lurches over a pothole. Clara's head slides lower onto his shoulder. Her hair smells like cheap shampoo and desperation. Her sweater has a small stain near the collar. Formula, maybe, or coffee she couldn't afford to spill. Adrian's jaw tightens. His eyes cut to the window, watching the city blur past. He could move, should move. A man in his position doesn't let strangers touch him, doesn't let weakness anywhere near his orbit. But the baby's hand curls into the fabric of his shirt. 5 tiny fingers. Trusting, fragile. Something in his chest cracks. He remembers another hand, another face. A hospital room that smelled like bleach and broken promises. A heartbeat that stopped before it ever got strong enough to matter. The memory tastes like blood. A woman across the aisle glances up from her phone. Her eyes land on Clara, then shift to the man beside her. She sees the tattoos, the suit, the way his presence bends the air around him. Her face goes pale. She looks away fast, like she just touched fire. Adrian notices. He always notices. The bus rolls past a liquor store, a closed laundromat, a corner where 3 men stand under a broken awning. One of them turns as the bus passes. His eyes lock onto the window, onto Adrian. The man's face drains of color. He takes a step back, almost stumbles, then grabs his friend's arm and pulls him away. Even through rain and glass and distance, fear travels. Clara shifts slightly, her breathing soft and even. Unaware, unafraid, asleep on the shoulder of the most dangerous man in Brooklyn. And for the first time in years, Adrian Moretti doesn't feel like a weapon. He feels like a man who forgot what it's like to be trusted. Would you sit next to a stranger on a late-night bus if you were this exhausted, or would fear keep you standing? Drop your answer below and hit subscribe. This story is just getting started. Clara's 3rd shift ended 40 minutes ago. Her first one starts in 6 hours. The math doesn't add up. It never does. But Leo needs formula, and the landlord needs rent, and the world doesn't stop spinning just because her body wants to collapse. She cleans office buildings downtown, empties trash cans that lawyers and executives fill without thinking, wipes desks where people make in an hour what she makes in a week. Then she changes into her waitress uniform and serves coffee to people who don't look her in the eye. Tonight, the bus is her only mercy. The seat by the window was empty when she got on. She didn't see the man already sitting there. Didn't notice the way other passengers avoided that row like it carried a plague. She just saw rest, took it. Now her son breathes against a stranger's chest, and she dreams of nothing because exhaustion doesn't waste time on stories. Adrian watches the street, counts the blocks, calculates distance the way most people count sheep. Survival is math. Always has been. He owns half the nightclubs in Manhattan, controls supply chains that don't appear on any legal paperwork. When he walks into a room, conversations stop. When he leaves, people exhale like they've been holding their breath underwater. But tonight, he's on a bus. No driver, no guards, no empire. Just him in the rain and a woman who doesn't know she's sleeping on the devil of Brooklyn. The baby shifts. Leo's tiny fist tightens on Adrian's shirt, like he's holding on to something that matters. The fabric wrinkles under impossibly small fingers. Adrian stares at that hand, at the soft rise and fall of the baby's chest, at the trust in every breath. He hasn't held a child since. He cuts the thought off, buries it. Some graves don't get flowers. Clara's bag slips slightly from her lap. The corner of an envelope peeks out. Adrian's eyes catch the words before he can stop himself. Final notice. Eviction proceedings. His expression doesn't change, but his hand moves just an inch, adjusting so the baby doesn't slip. A man boards at the next stop. Mid-40s, leather jacket, cheap cologne that doesn't cover the smell of cigarettes. He scans the bus like he's looking for something specific. His eyes land on Clara. He grins, starts walking down the aisle. Adrian doesn't turn his head, doesn't move, but the air around him shifts, gets colder. The man stops 3 feet away. His grin widens. Hey, sweetheart, you look lost. Clara doesn't wake, doesn't hear him, lost in whatever dreams exhaustion allows. The man steps closer. I'm talking to you, baby girl. You too good too. Adrian's eyes cut sideways. Just once. Just enough. The man's voice dies in his throat. He sees the tattoos, the stillness, the way death wears expensive suits sometimes. Recognition hits like a freight train. The man's face goes white. His hands come up, palms out, backing away fast. Shit. Sorry. I wasn't. He stumbles into a seat, disappears toward the back of the bus. Gone. Erased. Adrian's gaze returns to the window. His jaw unclenches. Barely. Clara sleeps on, unaware that violence just circled her and decided she wasn't worth the cost. The bus hits a bump. Harder this time. Clara's head jerks slightly. Her eyes flutter. She wakes and realizes where she is. The moment she opened her eyes, everything changed. But did she just escape danger or fall into something worse? Clara's heart slams into her ribs. Her eyes snap open, and the first thing she sees is ink. Dark lines crawling up a throat that doesn't belong to anyone safe. She jerks back. Too fast. Leo startles, his face scrunching up, about to cry. Oh God, her voice cracks. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean, I must have. She's scrambling now. Try to gather her bag, her baby, her dignity. Try to put distance between herself and the stranger whose shoulder she just violated. Adrian turns his head. Slowly, his eyes meet hers. They're dark, not brown, something deeper, something that swallows light. Clara freezes. Every instinct screams. Run. Apologize. Disappear. But his voice comes first. Low. Rough. Almost gentle. Relax. It's fine. 2 words. That's all. But they land like a hand on her shoulder, pressing her back into the seat. Her mouth opens. Closes. She doesn't know what to say to a man who looks like he could break her in half, but speaks like he's trying not to scare a wounded animal. I didn't mean to, she tries again, quieter now. I've been working all day. I wasn't thinking. You were tired. Adrian's gaze shifts to Leo, still fussing in her arms. He's young. For months. The words slip out before she can stop them. Like she owes him an explanation. Like normal people have conversations on buses at night with men who look carved out of violence. Adrian nods once. Doesn't smile. Doesn't soften. But something in his eyes shifts. Something that looks like recognition. He knows exhaustion. Knows what it's like to carry weight that never gets lighter. Clara bounces Leo gently, trying to soothe him. Try to figure out if she should move. If staying here is dangerous. If leaving is worse. Her bag slips again. This time it falls. The contents spill across the floor. Keys, a pacifier, loose change, and the envelope. The eviction notice lands face up between them. Clara's face burns. She drops to her knees, shoving everything back into the bag as fast as she can. It's nothing. It's nothing. But Adrian saw it. Saw the red letters. The deadline. The math that doesn't add up. He doesn't say anything. Just watches her fumble with the mess. Her hands shaking now. Embarrassment mixing with fear, mixing with something that feels dangerously close to shame. When she sits back up, clutching her bag like a shield, Adrian's still watching. Not judging. Not pitying. Just measuring. Like he's deciding something. Clara swallows hard. This is my stop coming up. I should. What's your name? The question stops her cold. Nobody asks names on buses. Nobody makes eye contact. Nobody cares. Clara. She doesn't know why she answers. Doesn't know why his voice make her tell the truth. Adrian doesn't offer his own. Doesn't need to. Men like him don't introduce themselves. They're already known. You work nights? She nods. 2 jobs. Sometimes 3. Alone. The word hangs there. Heavy. Clara's throat tightens. Just me and Leo. Adrian's jaw shifts. He looks out the window again, like he's calculating something only he can see. The bus slows. Clara stops. She stands, bag clutched tight. Leo finally settling against her chest. She takes 1 step toward the aisle. Adrian's voice follows her. Quiet. Final. Don't take this bus again at night. Clara turns, confusion flickering across her face. What? Find another route. Take a cab. Walk if you have to. His eyes cut back to hers. Don't come back here after dark. What? Adrian doesn't answer. Just hold her gaze long enough that the question dies. Clara's breath catches. She doesn't understand. Doesn't know if it's a threat or a warning or something else entirely. The doors hiss open. Cold air rushes in. She steps off into the night. The bus pulls away behind her, red taillights disappearing into the rain. And somewhere in the back of her mind, a voice whispers that she just met someone who could either save her life or end it. She didn't know his name, didn't know his world, but his warning would haunt her in ways she couldn't yet imagine. 2 nights pass. Clara doesn't take the bus. She walks 43 blocks in the rain, with Leo strapped to her chest and her feet screaming by block 20. She tells herself it's safer. Tells herself the stranger's warning meant something. Tells herself she's being smart. But the truth is, she's scared, and she doesn't even know why. On the 3rd night, her shift runs late. A pipe bursts in the office building. Water everywhere. She stays 2 extra hours mopping, scrubbing, fixing what she can. By the time she leaves, it's past midnight. The streets are empty. The rain hasn't stopped in days. She's soaked before she reaches the first corner. Leo cries. Cold. Wet. Hungry. Clara's legs shake. She can't walk 40 blocks. Not tonight. Not like this. She sees the bus stop ahead. The bench. The shelter. The small mercy of sitting down. She tells herself she'll just rest. Just 5 minutes. Then she'll keep walking. But when the bus pulls up, doors hissing open, warmth spilling out into the cold, she gets on. The driver barely looks at her. She pays. Find a seat near the middle. Not the back. Not the window row. Somewhere safe. Somewhere invisible. She doesn't look around. Doesn't check who else is riding. Just closes her eyes and lets the engine's hum drown out her son's crying. 3 stops later, 2 men board. They're loud. Drunk, maybe. Or high. Or just the kind of dangerous that doesn't need a reason. One of them has a tattoo on his neck. A snake. Badly done. Prison ink. The other one's eyes sweep the bus like he's hunting. They spot Clara. The first one elbows his friend. Grins. They move down the aisle. Clara's eyes snap open. Her arms tighten around Leo. She looks for the exit. Calculates the distance. Knows she won't make it. Hey, sweetheart. The tattooed one stops in front of her. You look lonely. Clara doesn't answer. Keeps her eyes down. Tries to become invisible. I'm talking to you. His voice gets harder. You deaf or just rude? His friend laughs. Maybe she needs help. Single mom. Late night. We could keep you company. Make sure you get home safe. The word safe doesn't sound safe. Clara's heart hammers. She looks toward the driver, but the driver's eyes are on the road. He doesn't turn around. Doesn't care. The tattooed man reaches out. His hand moves toward her shoulder. Don't. The voice comes from behind them. Low. Cold. Final. Both men freeze. They turn. Adrian Moretti sits 3 rows back. Same black suit. Same ink crawling up his neck. Same eyes that don't blink. He's been there the whole time. Watching. Waiting. The tattooed man's face shifts. Confusion first. Then recognition. Then something close to terror. Holy shit. He takes a step back. We didn't know. We weren't. Adrian doesn't move. Doesn't raise his voice. Just stares. The second man grabs his friend's arm. Let's go. Now. They stumble toward the back of the bus. Disappear into the last row. Silent. Erased. Clara's hands shake. She doesn't understand what just happened. Doesn't know why a single word from a stranger made 2 dangerous men run. Adrian stands. Walks down the aisle. Sits in the seat across from her. Not beside her. Not crowding. Just present. I told you not to take this bus. His voice isn't angry. Just tired. Clara's breath comes fast. I didn't have a choice. You always have a choice. Not when you're me. The words come out sharper than she means them to. But she's tired of being told what to do by people who don't know what it's like to choose between walking in the rain and risking the bus. Between safety and survival. Adrian's jaw tightens. He looks at Leo, still crying softly against her chest. How old is he? 4 months. Clara's voice cracks. Why do you care? Adrian doesn't answer. Just stares at the baby like he's seeing a ghost. The bus stops. Clara's street. She stands. Moves toward the door. Stops. Turns back. Who are you? Adrian's eyes meet hers. For the first time, she sees something behind the coldness. Something raw. Someone you should stay away from. The door's open. Clara steps off. But this time, she doesn't disappear into the night. This time, she watches as the bus pulls away. Watches as the man in the black suit stares back through the rain-streaked glass. And she knows whatever this is, it isn't over. 2 strangers. 2 warnings. 1 unspoken debt. But debts in his world don't get paid with thank yous. They get paid in blood. Clara doesn't see him again for 3 days. But she feels him. Everywhere. Walking home from work, she catches a black car idling at the corner. Gone before she can get a good look. At the grocery store, a man in a dark coat stands by the exit. Watches her leave. Doesn't follow. She tells herself she's imagining things. Tells herself exhaustion makes shadows into threats. But then the envelope appears. She comes home from her shift, legs aching, Leo asleep against her chest, and finds it taped to her door. Plain. White. No name. Her hands shake as she pulls it down. She looks up and down the hallway. Empty. Silent. Inside her apartment, she locks the door. Puts Leo in his crib. Sits on the edge of her bed. The envelope feels heavy. Wrong. She opens it. Cash. More than she's ever seen in one place. Bound in neat stacks. $15,000. In a note. Handwritten. Sharp, clean letters. For Leo's future. Don't ask questions. Clara's breath stops. Her hands go numb. She counts it twice. 3 times. Doesn't believe it's real until the numbers don't change. $15,000. Enough to pay rent for a year. Enough to stop working nights. Enough to breathe. But it's not hers. Can't be hers. She knows where it came from. Knows who left it. The man on the bus. The one with the tattoos and the voice that made dangerous men disappear. She should return it. Should throw it away. Should pretend it never happened. But Leo cries from the other room. Hungry again. And the formula costs money she doesn't have. Clara stares at the cash. At the note. At the choice she's been given. She thinks about eviction notices. About walking 40 blocks in the rain. About men on buses who think single mothers are easy prey. She thinks about the stranger who stopped them with a single word. And she makes a decision. She hides the money under the floorboard near her bed, where landlords and strangers can't find it. Then she picks up her son, feeds him, rocks him, whispers promises she's not sure she can keep. Outside, the rain keeps falling. The city keeps breathing. And somewhere in the dark, a black car idles at the corner. Watching, waiting, making sure the devil's debt gets honored. Even if the angel doesn't know she's been marked for protection, she took the money. But mercy from a man like him doesn't come free, and the price was about to show up at her door. The news breaks on a Tuesday morning. Clara's phone buzzes while she's changing Leo's diaper. She ignores it, keeps ignoring it until the buzzing doesn't stop. 12 notifications. 20. 35. She picks up the phone. Her stomach drops. Breaking. Federal witness vanishes. Mafia boss Adrian Moretti named prime suspect. The headline screams across every news site. Her hands go numb. The phone nearly slips. She clicks the article, reads 3 sentences before her world tilts sideways. Surveillance footage shows Moretti on public transit the night of the disappearance. Authorities seeking witnesses. Anyone with information should contact the FBI immediately. Her breath catches. She scrolls down, and there it is. A grainy screenshot. Bus interior. Timestamp from 6 nights ago. A woman holding a baby. Asleep. Head resting on a man's shoulder. The man's face is partially visible. Tattoos on his neck. Dark suit. Eyes staring straight ahead. Clara's face isn't clear, but the image is clear enough. Her phone buzzes again. A number she doesn't recognize. She answers without thinking. Hello, Ms. Duvall. A woman's voice. Professional. Cold. This is Special Agent Keisha Brennan with the FBI. We need to ask you some questions about your contact with Adrian Moretti. Clara's throat closes. I don't know anyone named. You were photographed with him 6 days ago. Bus route 714. We have video evidence placing you beside him for approximately 18 minutes. I didn't know who he was. I just sat down. I was tired. I fell asleep. That's all. Then you won't mind coming in for a formal interview. It's not a question. Clara looks at Leo, at the apartment around her, at the floorboard where $15,000 is hidden. I have to work. I can't just. This isn't optional, Ms. Duvall. We can do this voluntarily, or we can send agents to your residence. Your choice. The line goes dead. Clara stands there, phone pressed to her ear, listening to silence. Her legs won't move. Her mind won't catch up. She didn't do anything wrong. She sat on a bus. She fell asleep. She didn't know, but the world doesn't care what she knew, only what it looks like. By noon, her landlord calls. His voice is tight, nervous. Clara, I'm sorry. I know your situation, but I've got other tenants worried. Police showed up this morning asking questions. I can't have that kind of attention here. I didn't do anything. Doesn't matter. People are scared. I've got families with kids. I need you out by the end of the week. You can't do that. I have a lease. I'm sorry. He hangs up. Clara stares at the wall, at the eviction notice she'd shoved into a drawer, at the money under the floorboard that suddenly feels like evidence instead of mercy. By evening, her phone rings again. Her boss at the cleaning company. The conversation lasts 90 seconds. We're letting you go. Effective immediately. It's a liability issue. We can't have employees involved in federal investigations. I'm not involved in anything. That's not how it looks, Clara. I'm sorry. Another deadline. Another door slams shut. She sits on the edge of her bed, Leo asleep in her arms, and realizes the truth. She's being punished for something she didn't do. Destroyed for sitting in the wrong seat. For trusting the wrong shoulder. And the man who left her $15,000 just cost her everything. Her phone buzzes one more time. A text from an unknown number. They're watching you. Don't go to the interview. I'll fix this. Clara's hands shake. She doesn't know the number. Doesn't need to. Only one person would say something like that. She looks at the message. At the promise wrapped in threat. At the choice she's being forced to make. Trust the law that's already destroying her. Or trust the devil who started it all. Clara thought taking the money was the hard part. She didn't know the real cost was just beginning, and the devil was about to collect. The FBI office smells like coffee and lies. Clara sits in a gray room with gray walls and a gray table. Leo squirms in her lap. She didn't have anyone to watch him. Didn't have anywhere safe to leave him. Agent Brennan sits across from her. Mid-40s. Sharp suit. Sharper eyes. A recorder sits between them. Red light blinking. Let's start simple, Brennan says. How do you know Adrian Moretti? I don't know him. I sat next to him on a bus. That's all. You fell asleep on his shoulder. I was exhausted. I worked 2 jobs. I didn't know who he was. You expect me to believe you randomly sat beside one of the most wanted men in New York and didn't recognize him? I don't watch the news. I don't have time. Brennan leans forward. Ms. Duval, Adrian Moretti is responsible for at least 14 murders we can prove. Probably twice that many we can't. He controls drug distribution across 3 boroughs. He's laundered over $40 million in the last 2 years alone. And you want me to believe you just happened to fall asleep on him? Clara's voice cracks. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. Then explain this. Brennan slides a photo across the table. Clara's apartment building. A black car parked outside. Timestamp from 3 nights ago. That's one of Moretti's vehicles. Registered to a shell company he owns. It was outside your building for 6 hours. Clara stares at the photo. Her stomach twists. I didn't see any car. I don't know anything about that. Brennan pulls out another photo. Clara's door. The envelope taped to it. Security footage from your hallway. Someone left you a package. 47 minutes before Moretti's car showed up outside. Clara's mouth goes dry. She can't speak. Can't think. What was in the envelope, Ms. Duval? Nothing. Just junk mail. Don't lie to me. Brennan's voice drops. Gets colder. If you're protecting him, you're an accessory. If you took money from him, you're part of his organization. Either way, you're looking at federal charges. I didn't take anything from him. Then why is he protecting you? The question hangs in the air. Clara doesn't have an answer. Doesn't understand any of this. Brennan leans back. Studies her. Decides something. Here's what I think happened. You met Moretti. Maybe not on that bus. Maybe before. You needed money. He needed someone clean. Someone invisible. A single mother no one would suspect. He paid you to carry something. Or hide something. Or deliver something. And now you're in too deep to get out. That's not true. None of that's true. Then prove it. Tell me what he gave you. Tell me why his men are watching your building. Tell me what he wants from you. Clara's hands shake. Leo starts crying. She bounces him, tries to calm him, but her own panic is bleeding through. I want a lawyer. Brennan's expression doesn't change. You can't afford a lawyer, Clara. We both know that. But I can help you. If you cooperate. If you tell me the truth. I'm telling the truth. Then you're going to prison for lying to a federal agent. The door opens. Another agent steps in. Whispers something to Brennan. Her face shifts. Surprise first. Then anger. She stands. Walks out without another word. Clara sits there, alone with her son, surrounded by walls that feel like they're closing in. 20 minutes pass. 30. The door opens again. A man in an expensive suit walks in. Not FBI. Not police. A lawyer. Ms. Duval, my name is Marcus Haynes. I've been retained to represent you. Don't say another word to anyone. We're leaving. I didn't hire you. I can't afford. You didn't. Someone else did. Now, let's go before they change their minds about letting you walk out of here. Clara stands on shaking legs. Follows him out. Doesn't understand what's happening. Doesn't know who sent him. But deep down she knows. The devil doesn't let his debts go unpaid. Even when paying them costs him everything. Outside, the rain has started again. Marcus hands her a card. Don't talk to anyone. Don't go back to your apartment. Here's an address. Go there. You'll be safe. Who sent you? Marcus doesn't answer. Just walks away. Disappears into the city. Clara stands on the courthouse steps, Leo in her arms, and realizes she's not being saved. She's being owned. The FBI wanted answers. The devil gave her a lawyer. But protection from a man like him comes with chains. And Clara was about to learn what happens when you owe the devil a Brooklyn. The address leads to a brownstone in Queens. Quiet street. Trees lining the sidewalk. The kind of neighborhood where people mind their business and don't ask questions. Clara stands outside for 10 minutes before she knocks. Doesn't know what she'll find. Doesn't know if she should run. But she has nowhere else to go. The door opens. A woman stands there. Late 50s. Kind eyes. Warm smile. You must be Clara. Come in, baby. You look like you've been through hell. Inside, the house smells like cinnamon and safety. The woman's name is Lorraine. She doesn't ask questions. Just makes Clara tea. Holds Leo while Clara breaks down in a chair that's softer than anything she's sat on in years. You're safe here, Lorraine says quietly. As long as you need. Who are you? Clara's voice is raw. Tired. Who sent me here? Lorraine's smile fades. Just a little. Someone who doesn't want you hurt. Why does he care? You'll have to ask him yourself. Clara looks up. He's coming here. He's already here. Footsteps on stairs. Slow, deliberate, the kind that announce danger before it arrives. Adrian Moretti walks into the room. Same black suit, same ink crawling up his throat, same eyes that don't blink. But something's different. He looks tired, human, almost. Clara stands, her hands ball into fists. You ruined my life. I know. I lost my job, my apartment. The FBI thinks I'm working for you. My name's all over the news. I know. Then why? Her voice cracks. Why did you do this to me? Adrian doesn't move. Just stands there, 3 feet away, close enough to reach but too far to touch. Because I made a mistake. What mistake? I'll let you see me. The words land like stones. Clara stares at him. Doesn't understand. People in my world don't get seen. They don't get remembered. They disappear when they need to. But you. He stops. Jaw tightens. You looked at me like I was just a man. You were just a man. No. His voice drops. Gets colder. I'm not. And now you're paying the price for forgetting that. Clara's breath shakes. So what now? You owe me? I'm your problem. You were never my problem. Adrian takes a step closer. You were my mistake. And I don't leave my mistakes to suffer. I don't want your help. You don't have a choice. I always have a choice. Adrian's eyes flicker. Just for a second. Like he's remembering something. You said that before. And I meant it. Silence stretches between them. Heavy. Dangerous. Lorraine clears her throat. I'll take the baby upstairs. Give you two some privacy. She disappears with Leo. The house gets quieter. Smaller. Clara crosses her arms. What do you want from me? Nothing. Then why am I here? Because the FBI is using you to get to me. And I won't let that happen. Why do you care? Adrian doesn't answer right away. Just stares at her. At the exhaustion in her face. The fear she's trying to hide. The strength she doesn't know she has. You remind me of someone. Who? Someone I couldn't save? The words hit harder than Clara expects. She sees it then. The crack in the armor. The pain he buries so deep it only shows in moments like this. I'm not her. I know. Adrian's voice softens. Just a fraction. But maybe I can do better this time. Clara's throat tightens. She wants to be angry. Wants to hate him. But all she feels is tired. What happens now? You stay here. Safe. Until I fix what I broke. And then you're free. I don't believe you. Adrian's jaw shifts. You shouldn't. He turns to leave. Stops at the door. For what it's worth. He doesn't look back. I'm sorry. The door closes. Clara stands alone in the warm house that smells like cinnamon and lies. And for the first time, she wonders if the devil can be sorry. If monsters remember what it's like to feel guilt. If redemption is possible for men who've done the things he's done. She wanted to hate him. But hatred doesn't work when the monster looks you in the eye and apologizes. Now Clara had to decide. Trust the devil's promise, or run before his world swallows her whole. 3 weeks pass. Clara doesn't see Adrian again, but his presence is everywhere. Lorraine keeps her fed, keeps her safe, keeps her sane. Leo grows, smiles for the first time, sleeps through the night. Clara starts to breathe again. Then the news breaks. Adrian Moretti killed in shootout with rival family. Body not yet recovered. Clara's hands shake as she reads the headline. Her chest tightens. She doesn't know why it hurts. Doesn't know why tears burn behind her eyes. She barely knew him. He destroyed her life. He was a killer, a monster, but he saved her, protected her, apologized, and now he's gone. Lorraine finds her crying in the kitchen. Doesn't say anything, just holds her, lets her fall apart. I didn't even know him, Clara whispers. Why does it hurt? Because you saw him, Lorraine says quietly. The real him. And people don't forget that. Days pass. The news cycle moves on. Adrian Moretti becomes another headline. Another body. Another ghost. Clara tries to rebuild. Look for jobs. Thinks about apartments. Plans a future that doesn't include devils or debts or dangers she can't understand. Then the letter arrives. Lorraine brings it to her. Plain envelope. No return address. Inside, a single piece of paper and a key. The letter is typed. Professional. Clean. Miss Clara Duval. Per the instructions of Adrian Moretti, The attached property deed is transferred to you, free and clear. No liens, no debts, no strings. The address is listed below. The key is enclosed. This transaction is final and irrevocable. Clara's breath stops. She reads again, 3 times. 4. Her hands shake as she unfolds the second paper. A deed, legal, official, stamped and notarized. A townhouse, 2 bedrooms, small yard, outside the city, paid in full. Hers. The note at the bottom is handwritten. Same sharp letters she saw weeks ago. You fell asleep on the devil's shoulder. Now you'll wake up in peace. Tears fall before she can stop them. Her chest cracks open. Everything she's been holding spills out. Lorraine reads the letter over her shoulder. Smiles softly. He kept his promise. He's dead. Doesn't mean the promise dies with him. Clara looks at the key, at the address, at the future she didn't earn but somehow deserves. I don't understand. Why would he do this? Lorraine sits beside her, takes her hand. Because mercy isn't about deserving, baby. It's about choosing. And he chose you. But why me? Maybe because you were kind when you didn't have to be. Maybe because you reminded him of someone he lost. Maybe because even devils remember what it's like to be human. Clara holds the key, feels its weight, its promise. What do I do now? You live. You raise your son. You wake up every morning in a place that's yours. And you remember that even in the darkest places, kindness still matters. Clara nods. Can't speak. Can't stop crying. That night, she lies in bed, Leo asleep beside her, and whispers into the dark. Thank you. She doesn't know if anyone hears. Doesn't know if ghosts listen. Doesn't know if devils get second chances. But somewhere far from the city, in a place no one will find, a man with tattoos on his neck and blood on his hands hears her voice. And for the first time in years, Adrian Moretti smiles. The world thought he was dead. Clara thought she was alone. But mercy doesn't end when the monster disappears. It echoes long after, in the lives it saves and the futures it builds. 6 months later, Clara stands in the doorway of her new home. Sunlight spills through the windows. Leo crawls across the floor, laughing at nothing. Everything. The townhouse is small. Perfect. Hers. She got a new job. A good one. 9 to 5. Benefits. No night shifts. No buses. No fear. She doesn't talk about Adrian Moretti. Doesn't tell people how she got here. When neighbors ask, she smiles and says she got lucky. And in a way, she did. But late at night, when the house is quiet and Leo is asleep, she thinks about the man on the bus. The one with the tattoos and the cold eyes and the voice that made danger disappear. She wonders if he's really dead. Wonders if men like him ever truly die, or if they just become stories. Legends. Ghosts that haunt the edges of the world they left behind. She'll never know, and maybe that's better. One evening, she's folding laundry when she finds something strange. An envelope tucked between the towels. She didn't put it there. Doesn't know how it got there. Inside, a single line. Stay safe. Keep him safe. Live well. No signature. No name. Just ink on paper and a promise that doesn't end. Clara's hands shake. She looks out the window. At the street. At the black car idling at the corner. It pulls away before she can see who's inside. And she knows. Some debts don't get paid. They get honored. Protected. Passed down through time like heirlooms, made of mercy instead of blood. She folds a note. Tucks it away. Picks up her son. You're safe, she whispers into his hair. We're both safe. And for the first time in her life, she believes it. Because sometimes the devil you fear is the angel you didn't recognize. And sometimes falling asleep on a stranger's shoulder changes everything. Not because of who he was, but because of who he chose to become. Even if just for one night, one bus ride, one moment of humanity in a world that tried to take it away. Clara closes the door, locks it, turns on the lights. And somewhere in the dark, a man with tattoos and regrets watches from a distance. Making sure the life he saved stays saved. Making sure the woman who saw him as human gets to live like one. Because mercy isn't about deserving. It's about choosing. And he chose her. The phone rings at 2 a.m. Clara jerks awake, heart hammering. Leo sleeps soundly in his crib. She grabs her phone. Unknown number. She almost doesn't answer. Almost lets it go to voicemail. But something makes her press the green button. Hello. Silence. Then breathing. Slow. Controlled. Clara. Her blood turns to ice. She knows that voice. Heard it once on a bus. Once in Lorraine's kitchen. A voice she thought was buried 6 months ago. You're dead, she whispers. I know. Adrian's voice sounds different. Tired. Far away. I needed to be. Clara sits up. Her hands shake. Why are you calling me? Because they're coming. The words hit like a fist. Who's coming? The people who wanted me dead. They found out about you. About the house. They know I'm alive, and they know you're the only person who matters to me. I don't matter to you. You don't even know me. That doesn't change the truth. His voice gets harder. Pack a bag. Take Leo. Leave the house in the next 10 minutes. I'm not running. This is my home. You gave me this home, and I'm taking it back to save your life. Clara's throat tightens. Anger burns through the fear. You don't get to do this. You don't get to show up in my life, destroy it, fix it, disappear, and then destroy it again. I'm not asking for permission. Then what are you asking for? Silence stretches between them, long enough that Clara thinks he hung up. Then his voice comes back, quieter, almost broken. Forgiveness. The word lands like glass shattering. Clara closes her eyes. Tears burn behind her lids. Where do I go? There's a car outside. Black sedan. Driver's name is Marcus. He'll take you somewhere safe. For how long? Until I finish what I started. And if you don't finish it, Adrian doesn't answer. Doesn't need to. Clara looks at Leo sleeping peacefully. At the home she finally built. At the life she finally earned. I'm tired of running. I know. Adrian's voice cracks. Just barely. But I need you to run one more time. Please. The word please breaks something in her. She's never heard him beg. Never heard him sound human. She stands. Starts pulling clothes from drawers. Stuffing them into a bag. Why me? She asks. Of all the people in this city, why do you care about me? Because you looked at me like I was worth saving. And no one's done that in a very long time. The line goes dead. Clara finishes packing. Wraps Leo in a blanket. Kisses his forehead. Outside, the black sedan waits. Marcus stands by the passenger door. Same man who pulled her out of the FBI office months ago. Ms. Duval. He opens the door. We need to move fast. Clara climbs in. Looks back at her house one last time. At the porch light she left on. At the door she locked behind her. At the life she's losing again. The car pulls away. Clara watches through the rear window as her home disappears into the darkness. And she realizes the truth. When you owe a debt to the devil, you never really stop paying. You just learn to carry the weight until it becomes part of who you are. She thought the nightmare was over. She thought she was free. But in his world, freedom is just another word for temporary, and the devil's enemies don't forget. The safe house is in upstate New York, middle of nowhere. Trees everywhere. No neighbors. No witnesses. Marcus leaves her with enough food for 2 weeks. A phone with one number programmed in. Instructions not to call unless it's life or death. Then he's gone. Clara spent the first 3 days terrified. Every sound makes her jump. Every shadow becomes a threat. She sleeps with a knife under her pillow and Leo in her arms. By day 4, terror turns to anger. She didn't ask for this. Didn't ask to be protected. Didn't ask to fall asleep on a bus beside a man who would ruin her life twice. By day 7, she stops being angry and starts being numb. She feeds Leo, changes him, plays with him in the small living room, pretends this is normal, pretends she's not a prisoner in a house that smells like pine and fear. On day 9, the phone rings. Clara stares at it, doesn't recognize the number, not the one Marcus gave her. She answers anyway. Clara Duval, a woman's voice, professional, cold. Who is this? Agent Keisha Brennan, FBI. We need to talk. Clara's stomach drops. I have a lawyer. I don't have to talk to you. Your lawyer works for a dead man. And we both know Adrian Moretti isn't as dead as he wants us to believe. Clara's breath catches. I don't know what you're talking about. Then why are you hiding in a safe house 200 miles from your home? The question hangs in the air. Clara's hands shake. How did you find me? We've been tracking you since the day you walked out of our office. We know about the house. We know about the money. We know about the phone calls. Brennan's voice gets colder. And we know you're still in contact with him. I'm not. Then explain the call you received 9 days ago. 2:17 a.m. Duration, 4 minutes, 32 seconds. Origin, encrypted burner phone traced to a location in Montreal. Clara's throat closes. She can't speak, can't breathe. Brennan continues. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to tell us where Adrian Moretti is hiding. You're going to cooperate fully with our investigation. And in return, we'll protect you and your son from the people who want you dead. I don't know where he is. You're lying. I'm not. He called me once, told me to run. That's all I know. That's not all you know. Brennan's voice drops, gets sharper. You know what he did. You know what he's planning. And you're choosing to protect him instead of your son. The words hit like a slap. Clara's vision blurs. I'm protecting my son by staying away from all of you. You think hiding in the woods makes you safe? You think Moretti's enemies won't find you? They found your address. They found your work history. They found every place you've ever lived. And when they find you, they won't ask questions. They'll just make you disappear. Clara's hands shake so hard, she almost drops the phone. What do you want from me? I want you to stop being loyal to a monster and start being smart for your kid. He's not a monster. The words slip out before Clara can stop them. Silence stretches across the line. Brennan's voice comes back, softer now, almost pitying. He's made you believe that, hasn't he? That he's some kind of hero, that he saved you. But men like Adrian Moretti don't save people, Clara. They own them. You're wrong. Am I? Then why are you still running? Why are you still hiding? Why is your entire life controlled by a man who claims he's setting you free? Clara doesn't have an answer. Can't find the words. Brennan sighs. You have 48 hours. After that, we're coming to get you. And when we do, you'll have a choice. Testify against him and get witness protection. Or go to prison as an accessory. The line goes dead. Clara sits in the empty house, Leo asleep in her lap, and realizes she's trapped. Between the FBI who wants to use her, and the devil who wants to save her, and enemies who want her dead. And no matter which direction she runs, someone's waiting to destroy her. The FBI found her. The enemies are closing in, and Adrian's protection is starting to feel like a cage. Now Clara has to decide. Trust the law that sees her as bait, or the devil who sees her as something worth dying for. Clara doesn't sleep that night. Can't. Every creak of the house sounds like footsteps. Every gust of wind sounds like whispers. By dawn, she's made a decision. She dials the only number programmed in the phone Marcus gave her. It rings once. Marcus speaking. I need to talk to him. That's not possible. Make it possible, or I'm walking out this door and going straight to the FBI. Silence. Then a click. The line goes dead. Clara thinks she lost. Thinks she just burned her last bridge. Then the phone rings again. Different number. She answers. You called. Adrian's voice. Rough. Tired. Real. The FBI knows I'm here. They gave me 48 hours to turn you in or go to prison. I know. You know. Clara's voice rises. You know, and you didn't tell me? I was handling it. By leaving me alone in the middle of nowhere with my son, while everyone in the world wants to use me to get to you, by keeping you alive. His voice gets harder, which is more than the FBI will do once they're done with you. At least they're not lying to me. Yes, they are. Adrian's voice cuts through the line like a blade. They told you they'd protect you. They won't. The moment you testify, you become a target. Witness protection won't save you. It'll just make you easier to find. Clara's breath shakes. Then what do? You trust me. I don't even know you. Yes, you do. His voice softens. Just barely. You've known me since the night you fell asleep on my shoulder. You saw who I really am. And you're still here. Still calling. Still trusting me even when you don't want to. Tears burn Clara's eyes. She wipes them away angry and fast. Why did you drag me into your world? Because I made a mistake. And I'm trying to fix it. You can't fix this. Watch me. The line goes quiet. Clara hears something in the background. Wind. Traffic. City sounds. Where are you? She asks. Somewhere I shouldn't be. Doing something I can't undo. What does that mean? It means I'm ending this. Tonight. And when it's over, you're free. For real this time. Clara's chest tightens. What are you going to do? What I should have done months ago. Adrian's voice gets cold. Final. I'm going to make sure the people hunting you don't wake up tomorrow. That's murder. That's justice. There's a difference. Not in my world. Clara closes her eyes. Knows she should stop him. Should beg him to turn himself in. Should choose the law over the devil. But the law didn't save her. Didn't protect her. Didn't give her a home. He did. Don't die, she whispers. Adrian's breath catches. Like the words surprised him. I'll try. That's not good enough. It's all I've got. Silence stretches between them. Heavy. Full of things neither of them can say. When this is over, Clara says quietly, I need you to disappear. For real this time. No more phone calls. No more checking in. No more watching from the shadows. I need to live my life without wondering if you're out there keeping me safe. I can do that. Promise me. I promise. Clara doesn't believe him, but she wants to. Needs to. Thank you, she whispers. For everything. Don't thank me yet. Adrian's voice drops. It's rougher. I haven't earned it. The line goes dead. Clara sits in the quiet house, holding her sleeping son, and prays for a man who doesn't believe in God. Prays that mercy reaches even devils, that redemption finds even monsters, that somewhere in the dark, a man with blood on his hands gets one more chance to be human. Hours pass. Night falls. The phone doesn't ring. Clara rocks Leo, sings softly, pretends the world outside isn't burning. At 3 a.m., her phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. It's done. You're safe. The FBI will leave you alone. Go home. Live your life. Forget me. Clara stares at the message. Reads it 3 times. Doesn't know if she should believe it. Another text comes through. And for what it's worth, you made me remember what it feels like to be worth saving. Thank you for that. Tears fall. Clara doesn't stop them. She types a response. Deletes it. Types another. Finally settles on 2 words. Stay safe. She sends it. Waits. No response comes. And Clara realizes this is goodbye. The real one. The kind that doesn't come with promises or second chances. Just silence. And hope. And the weight of a debt that can never be fully repaid. She picks up Leo. Walks to the window. Looks out at the dark trees and the empty road. And whispers into the night. Thank you. For seeing me. For saving me. For being human when you didn't have to be. The wind carries her words away. And somewhere far beyond her sight, a man with tattoos and regrets hears them, and finally lets her go. The devil kept his promise. Clara got her freedom, but some debts live forever. Not in chains, but in the memories of the people who remind us we're more than our worst choices. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss powerful stories like this. Drop a comment sharing your thoughts and inspire others, because sometimes the most unexpected people teach us the most important lessons. We all deserve a second chance, even the devils among us.